Alright, here we are at Pensacola, Florida, and here's a nice fence outside of this, looks like a real estate sort of property, and I give a place like this a little bit of a pass because we are in the South, and it just sort of fits in a little bit more. But when this style kind of makes its way north, I get a little like, I don't know, just seems a little out of place, I guess, or I don't know. But yeah, I think it works for these guys, and it seems a little bit more also kind of like rooting for the small guy because Pensacola is not necessarily the largest or most well-known location in America, so it's nice to see that they have something nice. I'm not saying it's not nice, but when styles get repetitive. Anyway, here we are at Doyle. Pardon me. Just drank some water, and it's coming up. The air is coming up. This is Blake Doyle Skate Park, and we're going to do a similar thing we did over at St. Pete's Park, and got a nice outhouse, kind of a permanent outhouse over here. And as you walk in, we do have another the skate park rules. So always read your skate park rules. Remember, what we're doing here is we are taking a look at the park and saying where would be the good place to do the skill toys, our juggling, our kendamas, yo-yos, even maybe like a unicycle. Maybe you don't want a unicycle on the skate park, but you might find a spot to unicycle outside, especially passing, juggling, your Six Club passing, etc. That trying to find a good place to be near the skateboarding, but not to interfere in any way with skateboarding. But here's our skate park rules. Blake Doyle Skate Park notice: skate park hours open each day, 5 a.m. to midnight. Now on the Google map it said 7 a.m. So just just as an example of verifying and double checking is important, except when permitted by special events. So sometimes special events change the skate park hours. Warning: you are entering a designated skate park. Skateboarding and inline skating have inherent risks, hazards, and dangers that cannot be eliminated, which may cause death, paralysis, or serious bodily injury. Use of this facility is at your own risk. Sounds like about the same as eating cereal for breakfast. Per Florida Statute 316.00. Punto. 316.008.5. 1. Act within the limits of your skating ability and within the purpose and design of your equipment. 2. Maintain control of yourself and your equipment. 3. Refrain from any action that may cause or contribute to harm to yourself or others. This is very similar to the rules of No Shame Theater at the University of Iowa, which I participated in many times. And the rules were: respect the space, and don't hurt the space, don't hurt yourself, or don't hurt anyone in the audience. And that was pretty much it. And this is fairly similar. Great. Skate park rules: for your safety, wear a helmet with securely fastened chin strap, elbow pads, knee pads, wrist guards, and closed toe shoes. 1. Only skateboards, inline skates, and bicycles. No metal pedals. And I believe that they spelled pedals wrong. It should be pedals, but here we have pedals. There's no, so someone could say, hey, I don't have any metal flowers on my bicycle, therefore I'm fine. With these metal pedals, pedals. Only skateboards, inline skates, and bicycles with no metal pedals are allowed. No motorized vehicles. It also, by saying that, it says no juggling, no yo-yos. Okay, so right there, the rules say that there should be no juggling here. Something like that, yes. Adult supervision required for minors. Before proceeding down a ramp, please ensure it is clear of other riders and look both ways. No vandalism, graffiti, or no vandalism, graffiti, or damage to the facility. Please keep the park free of trash. 5, outside ramps or modifications are not permitted. 6, no wax. Do not use the wax for grinding, sliding and grinding. 7, glass bottles are not allowed in the park. No glass bottles. 8, no smoking, no alcohol, and no drugs. 9, no animals allowed in the park. 10, amplified sound must not interfere with the operation of any permitted special event or scheduled performance, according to City Ordinance 8-1-16. And 11, the use of the skate park outside of posted hours is strictly prohibited. Be respectful and courteous and have fun. Pensacola, City of Pensacola, Florida. And that's the emblem. And they have the dates 1698, 1821, 1895, and 1913, as well as 1931 and 2010. These are important dates for the city of Pensacola, Florida, Florida's first and future. And you have a QR code, and these are the hours. So again, we're going to be looking at, it's like, so we know we can't juggle, basically. We shouldn't be juggling in the skate park, and I recommend that. Now here at this place, the sidewalk really is much more incorporated into the park than where we had at St. Pete's. And so, the question is, it's like, well, where is a good spot? So here we have some sod that's been laid down. Evidently they had some problems with the sod. And so right here, obviously, it's kind of a spot. If you can find a nice patch to stand on. But yeah, they're trying to get some grass growing here again. But yeah, this could be. You want to also respect a garden. Maybe not get too close to a garden. And of course, across the street here, you have the police station and the water tower, home of the Blue Angels, and the overpass. So the overpass is going to give you possibly some protection if it's raining, but also a lot of noise. So yeah, it looks like it's a nice park here. I would consider it like a beautiful. Actually, it's a quite beautiful concrete. We got some sort of water station here, drinking fountain, some trash cans, possibly it's not recycling, but trash can. And so again, yeah, so here, here's a good view of the park. We're not even so this is really the line here. And I think what we're going to do when we do these videos is we're not even going to step onto the concrete. We're going to stay just about right here, because just to reinforce that the skate park is really for skateboarders. Now, if you're a skateboarder, by all means, get on your skateboard and skate. But if you're doing skill toys alone, if you show up here with clubs or balls or rings, probably not rings because rings are get blown around in the wind really easily. But maybe your Diablo, you just don't want to get in the way at all of any of the skateboard activities. And also, just so you know, I don't know if I mentioned it in the last video so much in St. Pete's, but it is a little cold out here. I do a little shivering. And this area right here is a little interesting. Now, of course, it says no animals, but you never know. Dogs usually get walked, and sometimes they like certain areas. So, but this area right here could be a nice little spot, actually. But everything is, always played by ear. And this would be maybe a spot for maybe 1, 2, or 3 people. But any more than that, you're going to start to get a little crammed in there. Plus, you never want any of your equipment, your juggling stuff, to ever go into the skateboard area either. Besides yourself, so you don't really want to step in unless you have a skateboard, and you also don't want to let any of your equipment mistakenly get in that area either, because that will could potentially lead to interference with the skateboarding, and now you have a big problem because you have just got your equipment in the skate area. So here's an unusual situation with this sort of sand buildup. We don't see this often, and around skate parks, and sand and little rocks and sands and stuff definitely does not mix well with skateboarding. Again, to trip up the skateboard wheels, you do not want to get sand in your bearings. So the skateboarders around here have to be definitely careful about that. I'm sure that they are well aware of this. Now, here by the train tracks, this could be a place to be, although the ground is a bit uneven. And again, but take a look. Just look at this is just this is like what you consider a modern skate park that's really, I don't know, I can't comment yet on the flow of it, but you can just tell the quality of the materials that are used, that it is, was built probably in the last 10 years. And here is also this kind of area. So this looks like it might be a nice place to pass some clubs. Really, passing clubs is probably the what you're looking for, most maybe. Sure. Also some solo juggling space is great. And I feel like if you're out here, besides a train coming or getting some, you shouldn't be getting your equipment too far towards these tracks over here, and you shouldn't be getting any equipment near the skateboarders. And it also gives, so the idea here, there's the main function of all this is that jugglers and other skill toy, if you want to, if we're lumping all these things together under this idea of skill toy, which that terminology, I believe, is just a little simplified. But if we're going to use skill toy at this moment to encompass even or these sort of, because people aren't toys, but we're gonna probably include acro yoga, the flow arts, juggling, yo-yo, all of these types of outdoor, they're not outdoor, but they could be, But these activities that maybe need a little bit more space than something that can be done at home